Well, new at 10, as many around the country celebrate President's Day, Greenville County is remembering a milestone of their own. Today marks 50 years to the date since Greenville County schools were integrated in 1970. The school district partnered up with the Upcountry History Museum to showcase a special exhibit today. Now, this exhibit focused on honoring those who fought for educational equality during a time of massive transition in the upstate. Fox Carolina's Matt Kaufax spoke to some of those history makers and is live tonight in downtown Greenville.
Yeah, good evening, Cody. There was just a ceremony to my right at the Children's Museum a couple of hours ago remembering this occasion as well, but those I spoke to even earlier today here at the Upcountry History Museum in downtown Greenville say that integration was a long time coming and long overdue when it happened. The craziest part is the court-mandated action came in the middle of the school year, basically occurring overnight. Many say we've come a mighty long way since then. Elaine Wittenberg Boyce says her fight against a segregated school system began way before 1970.
It was not easy at all. All of the threats and intimidation, financial situations happening, the cost of this decision.
In 1963, her father, A.J. Wittenberg, after whom Wittenberg High School is named, came to her with an idea.
It was long overdue.
It was 9 years after Brown versus Board of Education.
He was actually brave enough to determine that we should follow suit here in Greenville.
With her blessing, her father hired a civil rights attorney who took their case all the way to Washington. She became one of the first 6 students to set foot in a white school in Greenville County. But it would be another 7 years before the county was ordered to be fully integrated.
50 years later, we look at the fact that this was incredibly disruptive and that there was a lot of hurt associated with it, but yet we have come a long way.
Beth Brotherton with the district says that's why it was so important to them to remember the moment today when back in 1970, after a long weekend, schools were integrated. It happened in 4 short days, but its effects will last forever.
Every person we interviewed in this process who had been out of schools for years and came back and stood in the hallways or saw students in the cafeteria reflected, oh my goodness, the diversity.
That reaction is mirrored in Elaine, who volunteers with first graders in what she says is now a different world.
And it is just a pure joy. I can just see potential.
Brotherton describes Elaine as a, quote, humble pioneer, and says without the courage of her and those like her, there's no telling where we'd be.
If you don't know what has happened, you can lose what you have now.
And Elaine tells me that she will never forget the part that she had to play in that fight. She's very humble, as Brotherton said, and those around her who I spoke to acknowledged that what she did played a massive role in how and why classrooms look the way they do here today. In Greenville tonight, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.